We had a few different offices. The very first office was actually, I guess you can call it the attic of Bentner Construction.
My dad gave us space, in the attic of his construction company.
I remember before we decided that was going to be the office, we walked in and we took a look, and there was a toilet there.
There were makeshift cubicles. We used old sewing machine bases that we turned into tables.
I was like, guess it's gonna do. Do we get to move the toilet out at least?
When we really had our first space, even though it was ugly and small, it was ours. It was Berkshire Money Management. So I remember that being one of the first exciting things. Like, okay, we're real. This is happening. Then we moved to a bigger office. We went from our little sub-suite then to a bigger suite all our own. This was all right within 1450 East Street.
What we used to call the truck stop. We didn't want clients to visit us because we were so embarrassed of how it looked.
At one point, there was a miscommunication about how much stationery and envelopes to buy for newsletter marketing.
Instead of ordering like 1,000 boxes, they ordered 10,000 boxes.
We had more boxes of stationery than anybody should have. We looked like a warehouse for Crane & Company. And we had to rent a whole nother suite that housed half of our stationery.
My job was to cut open these boxes and dump them into a recycling bin. And we won awards for, best recycler of the year that one year. So that was the start of my Berkshire Money Management career.
I can't say that I miss those days of piecing together office space and going to a store that sold refurbished computer equipment and buying the $3 Walmart phones that hopefully you can push one button and get another button to actually work.
Eventually we were outgrowing the suites. I had become an expert at putting together and taking down cubicles and office furniture.
One of our past offices where Scott Little worked was essentially it was a closet. It was like a closet, and the door didn't open all the ways in. It kind of hit the desk, and so he had to position the door a certain way to kind of move in sideways and then move around the desk.
My office here, my closet is bigger than my original office. So I worked in pretty humble beginnings.
We finally got our new digs on 392 Merrill Road.
That was our first big, our own sign on the street. We were really present. It was an old house that had then been a real estate office, and we did a good chunk of work in there to make it more Berkshire Money Management style.
Hey, we're actually a firm now. Let's take some pictures. Let's get our website done. And I remember asking what to wear because I didn't even know what to wear at that point. Oh yeah, just wear a suit. And I was like, oh yeah, I can borrow my dad's suit. And I remember Stacy being, yeah, that's not going to happen. She's like, you're a man now. You need to own at least a suit. So they sent me to Valenti's Clothing, and I got 2 suits, which so grateful for.
Within several years, we had grown so much that we moved now to Model Farm. So we've been growing exponentially.
We love it there. It's fantastic. It's definitely home for us, and that's where I think we'll be forever.
Now to have, I think, 11 employees and this beautiful building. And, when I started at Berkshire Money Management, we had roughly $13 million under management. We're now over $700 million.
I look back fondly on those years, but don't necessarily need to go back to them.
We're still rooted where we both grew up and went to school and everything. It was just really nice to still be home. The hard part about it, about keeping it as intact as it was these were huge bedrooms and estate rooms. We didn't want to break it up and do that. So everybody has really large offices. So probably wasn't the best business decision in terms of space, but there's room in the attic, and we're used to attics.